I had originally planned to do 2 rides around the Collie area. Day 1 I was going to ride from Gastaldo Road along the Collie spur trail into the town site and return, and the second day was to ride from the Collie town site again out to Wellington Dam and then onwards to the Nglang Boodja campsite. But I was wrong about a couple of things. There's a permanent realignment on the trail that isn't on my map and I hadn't prepared for. And secondly, there was so much more to do around Collie and Wellington Dam. So what was planned to be 2 rides became 3, and it was so much better for it. I hope you enjoy the next 3 videos. Okay, pet cemetery. Wow. Munda Biddi this way. Interesting. I've been on the Collie spur trail most of the morning, and on the way there's so many signs leading to other mountain bike trails behind me, and I couldn't resist going off and trying a couple of them out in a very tame way. Next up is Collie. I'll head into the town site, have a bit of a break there, and then head off and see what else we can look at this afternoon. See you soon. Beautiful town centre in Collie. This is the art gallery. Train tracks run through the middle. Some of the old buildings are still here. Stopped for a coffee and a cake, and it was really nice. I'm just heading back over to the visitor centre, and I'm going to begin my return along the spur trail on the Munda Biddi. I'm going to head past where I turned this morning over to the Wellington Dam information bay and make that the turn point for this ride, then head back up to my start point, Gastaldo Road. So quite a different ride today. Now at this stage, as far as I knew, I was just heading back up the Collie Spur Trail, and I hadn't realised yet that the Munda Biddi had been realigned. And I was trying to reconcile with myself why my map reading skills weren't as sharp today, trying to find the trail around Collie as they would usually be. And I thought if I head back to the junction, I could rationalise it to myself and hopefully get back on track. We'll head down in this direction, continue south on the Munda Biddi. We go this way, it's the Munda Biddi Spur, the Collie Spur on the Munda Biddi. And that takes you in through the Arklow mountain bike trails and all the other good fun stuff around Collie. So I'm going to head this way, down to the Wellington Information Bay. That's going to be my turn point for this ride, and then we're going to head back up to the car. Got 47 kilometres on the clock right now. Out into some open ground, and far off on the left is out of view. Make out a fairly busy road, and I reckon that's Collie Road, which is what I've been looking for. And T-junction coming up, I think that will be Gastaldo. Let's see how good my reckoning is. I think I've gone off trail a little bit. I've just come to the end of Hamilton Road, and I don't think I was supposed to come this far down. There's a deviation onto the Worsley back road, a little ways back. Looking at this, if I head right, it should bring me back on track. A little further down there, I should meet the Munda Biddi again. So. This is my turn point for today. I've done 57, nearly 58 kilometres, quite a little circuit, and I'm at the Wellington rest area. And behind me you can hear Coalfields Road, which is really quite busy. I'm just going to have a bite to eat and a drink, recharge the legs, and then head back towards the car. So I'll catch you out on the trail. Back at the junction, dwelling up that way, Collie that way, and a trail that way, and that trail is closed. Now the clues are that the markers point north and they point towards Collie, but there's nothing on this post here. Now, my assumption, never assume, was that maybe it had been taken off or fallen off or something like that. And my map, which is only a little more than 12 months old, still shows the old trail going down here to the Wellington rest area. Now, it was only when I got to the other side, there was a big sign there with a map saying that this area or this part of the trail had been permanently closed. I realised that I'd gone the wrong way. The only other clues that I was getting on the way were that the signage is really rare, but there are still a few Munda Biddi markers on the way out there. So, always do your preparation. Go online and check to see whether there's any changes, obviously, to the Munda Biddi. These maps, I wouldn't have expected that something 12 months old had changed so fundamentally, but it has. And I should have checked that. And other than that, I had a really great ride out there. I've got about 70 kilometres on the clock already. I've got 3 bars left on my battery because it's been a really kind ride coming in this way. And I've really tried to preserve as much as I could with the battery so far. So on my way back to the bike, I'm going to crank it up and have a bit of fun. I'll see you at the end. So I made it back to camp safe and sound, 75 kilometres. It was a really good ride out there today. I went off trail, sometimes deliberately and sometimes not so. I went off onto some of the mountain bike trails, the Arklow and Wembanga trails, and had a bit of a taste of those, but nothing too serious, and then got back onto the Munda Biddi and rode into Collie. I thought what I'd do then is take the other side of the spur down to Wellington Information Bay and use that as my turnaround point. So that's what I actually did. What I didn't realise until I got down there though, that a section of the trail that I had been riding on is permanently closed. So according to my map, which is just a little over 12 months old, that was the way to go. But according to the signs at the bay there, that's been permanently closed, and there's another section of the trail that's been commissioned. So lesson in that is just make sure that your maps are up to date and check that website before you come out. Other than that, absolutely fantastic. It's, you know, mid-20s up here, beautiful and warm. Everything's green. There's been a little bit of rain through. Couldn't ask for a better day out there, really couldn't, and I'm going to look forward to tomorrow. So until then, I'll sign off. Exercise often, be curious, enjoy life. See you next time. Bye-bye.